Cuphead is a crazy shoot-'em-up platformer with a bizarre 1930s animation art style and some pretty creepy imagery. Many of the boss characters, cutscenes, and locations look cutesy and harmless at first glance, but at closer inspection feature some pretty horrifying sights and sounds. For example, the opening song to the game explains how Cuphead and his pal Mugman made a deal with the devil and are now fighting for their lives, lest said devil will take their heads. Take a listen.
Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice. By chance they came on devil's game, and gosh, they paid the price. And now they're fighting for their lives on a mission fraught with dread. And if they proceed but don't succeed, well, the devil will take their heads.
But while Cuphead certainly contains its fair share of creepiness across the span of its brief playtime, it would still be a push to call it a horror game by any stretch of the imagination. That is, until we dig a little deeper and explore some genuinely terrifying hidden audio found within the game's files. Cuphead's developer, Studio MDHR, wanted to spook its players. Well, some of them. Let me explain. You see, not all gamers playing Cuphead did so legally. Whereas most of us purchased the game via Xbox Live or the Steam store, there are some PC players who decided to instead obtain the game illegally by torrenting it. Torrenting is the process of downloading a game's files online, then cracking them in order to access the data without having to pay to play. This happens mostly on PC, and knowing their game would inevitably be distributed illegally, the developers hid a nasty surprise in the torrented version of Cuphead. For these players, when booting up the pirated version of Cuphead, instead of being greeted with the song we played earlier in this video, they would instead hear this nightmarish tune. And skipping ahead a little further, it only gets worse. That's one way to stick it to the people pirating your games, whether it made them feel a sense of guilt or maybe just freaked them out a little bit. This scary audio has been dubbed by fans, "You paid the price." As well as the music, a disturbing image can also be found within the illegal version of Cuphead. It is shown as a spectrograph, hidden in the audio, and has the file name 666. This is what it looks like. Even when playing the regular store-bought version of Cuphead, the creators still managed to sneak in some musical scares. At the end of the game, Cuphead and Mugman come face to face with the devil himself for the final battle. The devil offers the duo a set of terms, which the player can choose to accept or decline. Accepting the devil's conditions and handing him the contracts collected throughout the game results in the game's bad ending. We see demonic, twisted versions of Cuphead and Mugman dancing in the flaming pits of hell, while the devil laughs behind them. Bizarre, distorted audio plays out that sounds like it has been composed by a madman. Next, we hear this depressing downbeat track play out over the end credits. And finally, when we return to the title screen, the audio has flipped and the main menu song is now played in reverse. This barrage of weird imagery and unnerving, demented audio is sure to give you the creeps and make those of you watching who picked the good ending happy you did so. While Cuphead wasn't intended to be a horror game, the music in this video certainly proves its developer had a dark side. And that's it for today's video. Please remember to give it a like if you did enjoy watching, and maybe drop a comment too, as well as subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you never miss an upload. This channel specializes in variety horror content, including creepypasta readings, horror gaming facts and theories, and general interest pop culture horror videos. So if you're interested in all things spooky, you'll find something to enjoy here at SuperHorrorBro. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.